Hi there, my name is Wade Bradford, and I'm a children's book author and a playwright and also a college teacher. And today's video is very weird because I'm talking about something that I've tried to talk about before and I failed, so I'm going to give it a try again. I'm going to talk about the one time in which I was psychic, or the one time in which I had a dream that very specifically predicted the future. And I would love to know if anyone out there in YouTube land has had a similar experience and maybe what you took away from the experience. So I'll try to be quick, sometimes I'm long-winded, but here goes. So this is way back when I was in high school. I was taking an English class and I was very excited about it. It was a teacher that was very new to me. His name's Doug Olander. He's an awesome teacher, and this was early on in the semester, so I was still getting to know him, but I knew that I was excited about the class. I was excited about him as a teacher, and I was excited about this assignment that he gave us. This was just kind of a regular English class, but he was giving us a creative writing assignment, so I thought, this is really cool. And he said, tell a story that has a beginning, middle, and an end. And so I took that homework assignment and I embraced it, and I went home and I wrote what I felt was a great story that had a beginning, middle, and end. And I also visualized that I liked the character so much that I thought, I'm gonna write a whole book about this. So I was very excited about this assignment, and I turned it in. And then a few days passed, and then one night I had this dream. And in the dream, I was in the English class, and we were receiving our homework assignment, the stories that we had worked on. And in the dream, I take my pages, I receive them, and I distinctly remember the dream that it had numbers on the top of the page, which is unusual for me because I can't think of a time where I was able to read anything or see any numbers. So it had numbers. Those numbers were 34, as in 34%, as in an F. And they were written in red and they were circled in red. And then soon after seeing that, I woke up and thought, oh, I must be kind of worried about my story, but I'm sure that was just a bad dream. So I remember that dream waking up. So this was not like a case of deja vu where it's like, oh, I vaguely remember this feeling. I woke up and I remembered that dream, and I remembered 34%. And I told my mom about that dream, and I probably told people on the bus, my friends, about that dream. I remember telling the kid sitting next to me, his name was also Doug. Doug Cook was sitting next to me in class when, lo and behold, the stories are being passed back. And you can guess where I'm going with this. I took my short story that I had been very excited about and very proud of, and looked and saw it had 34% written on it in red, circled, just like the dream. And that was probably the happiest I'd ever been to receive a failing grade, because I just told this kid sitting next to me that it's like, I had a dream that I got 34%. Lo and behold, it's 34%. We looked at each other. It's like, whoa. I started laughing and freaking out because my dream has come true. And so I'm thinking wow, so I'm going to be a superhero now, or maybe I'll dream about lottery numbers, or gosh, maybe I'm going to dream. This is in the 1980s, so it was like, what if I have a dream about nuclear war? Maybe I'm going to see things that I don't want to see, or maybe I can help people and stop tragedies from happening. So I was really flabbergasted about that dream and what I thought was going to be an ability. I thought, because I grew up watching movies and reading fantasy science fiction books, comic books and things like that, so I thought here's my origin story. It starts with getting 34% on my homework assignment, and who knows what will happen. And I haven't had any dreams like that since. Now, like a lot of people, I've had dreams that where it's like, oh, well, that's kind of like what I was dreaming about, metaphorically maybe, and things like that. But nothing else has happened that has been like that. So I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out what that dream meant, if anything. And I know that the skeptical viewpoint is, yeah, odds are you're going to have, tens of thousands of dreams, so odds are one of those dreams is going to come true. So that's kind of the skeptical way of looking at it. And it's hard for me to embrace that because it was such a visceral experience, such an exact number, and I'm not good at math, so I don't know how my brain could have calculated, I didn't expect the things that the teacher pointed out. It's like, oh, well, this doesn't really have the ending that I was looking for, and so this feels like it's more of a beginning. I didn't anticipate those things. I thought that I was really going to impress my teacher, and later on, by the way, I did. I got a lot of wonderful grades in English class. So I've had a hard time trying to figure out like what it means beyond just coincidence, and I still don't know. But the other day, and I guess the reason why I'm making this video is the other day I was waking up and I was thinking about this dream again. I was trying to process the meaning of it, and it just sort of dawned on me. If I had not had that weird psychic dream, if I just woke up having no dreams that within memory and went about my day, and if I went to my English class and discovered that the story that I worked heart and soul on earned 34%, I don't know what the ripple effect would have been. I was an up-and-coming writer. I loved writing and had been a creative writer since second grade and sort of prided myself on it. It was one of the few things that I was good at academically. I would get good scores. If I could ever write creatively, that usually was what, I was bad at math. I didn't pay enough attention in science and history. So this was my thing. So if I had not had the dream and just went to class and got 34%, I don't know how that would have affected me. That might have made a lasting impact. I might have felt like, oh, well, screw this class and I don't like writing, or I'm not good at writing, or wow, the thing that I thought was good at, I'm actually learning the truth, and I'm not good at that. And because I dreamt the number 34 and then received 34%, I didn't care about that grade at all. That F on my story, that meant nothing to me except signifying I had some kind of psychic power. So when I look back at that memory, I realized like, wow, that could have been a big blow to my very fragile teenage ego. And instead, it was a bizarre, funny, strange event that I look back on positively. And I don't even think about the rejection that's involved with that. So again, I would love to know if you've had any similar dreams and what you think they mean about you and your place in the universe, whether or not it means that, are we living our life over and over again in different variations? Do we get to just have do we sometimes just have a glimpse into the future and we can change things, or is everything set in stone? Is there something supernatural, something spiritual at work? Or going back to the skeptical idea, is it just a bunch of coincidence and nonsense and nothing, and there's nothing paranormal going on with these dreams? It's just hogwash, as my father would say. So that's my one-time psychic experience. I'd love to know what's going on out there with you, so please share your story. I'll talk to you later. Bye.